Why do Chelsea want Victor Osimhen?
There are so many reasons why Chelsea would want Victor Osimhen. He's a player that, when it comes to strikers in world football, he's been on the edge of or tip of everybody's tongue for the last 3 or 4 years. And you can see that with the statistics over the last 4 years since he joined Napoli. He first came to my attention at Lille 5 years ago. He scored his first ever Champions League goal against Chelsea, ironically. And he's just improved year on year. You look at his first season, scored 10 league goals. Next season, 14. And then his breakout year, 22-23, where he scored 26 league goals in 32 games, was Napoli's best player and spearheaded them to a Scudetto title. And that's really when, like Dan touched on, he was front runner for all the top teams in terms of that top transfer that then take teams over the edge or over the top when it comes to strikers. Last season, he struggled a little bit when it came to consistency, availability and goals. He went to AFCON. He was a big part of the Nigerian team that made it all the way to the final of AFCON, but he only scored 1 goal in that competition, which was a bit of a disappointment for a striker that everybody was there to see, one of the biggest names at the competition. He did a lot of the hard running and the dirty work for Nigeria, but he failed to find consistent goal-scoring form. And that was the story of the season last year, as well as picking up a hamstring injury that kept him out for a month and a half. So Victor Osimhen didn't necessarily have his best season last year, and that's the reason why maybe there's not too many top teams that are looking to sign him. But if you look at Chelsea's options last season when it came to strikers, you see that a lot of the work was done by Nicholas Jackson. He was a man that led Chelsea in terms of strikers for goal scoring, 14 goals in 35 games, which is not a bad return for a striker playing his first season of Premier League football. A striker playing his second season of first-team football. Chelsea signed for Villarreal with not much expectation, and he managed to exceed it despite the fact that we saw some performances and we saw some misses of opportunities in big games that lingered in people's minds. He really found his feet towards the back end of the season, and not only operated down the centre for Chelsea, but also operated out wide on the left-hand side. You look at Christopher Nkunku, a man that I was very excited to see. He played very well with Nicholas Jackson in pre-season.
Need another player who can... I wouldn't say I feel sorry for him, he's had a brilliant career, but I think he's one of those players who, a lot of us, we forget how good he was at that age of 18 to 21, 22, where it was off the scale. You talk about mentality, about what Rooney was like. I used to room with Michael, and Michael had this mentality that he was the best in the world at 18. He believed that. It wasn't even, he was kidding himself. No one's better than me. You couldn't even discuss something about another player. So you say you were watching, the highlights of a game, and you had a game the next day, and a few goals were going in. And you said, oh, he looks a good player, he looks a good player. He could never, I never heard him once say another striker was a good player. It was almost, he had this sort of thing, no one's better than me, I'm the best. And that mentality he had, and what he did in the World Cup at 18, is the last Ballon d'Or winner, I think, the English player, or maybe in the Premier League. I don't know for Ronaldo when he was in the Premier League, but what he was doing and the pace he was showing, he was the Premier League top goal scorer the first 2 seasons he played in the Premier League at 18 and 19, what he did for England, and I just think it was wow watching him. And I some of the goals he scored were just off the scale.
I played in that game in St Etienne when he obviously came on the scene and absolutely just destroyed Argentina.